Hello, Professor. Good afternoon. My name is Ramiz Multani, and my friend Chris Fernandez, Deep Mehta, and Shivam Patel. We're going to be presenting importing plan for Bombardier Inc. So, Bombardier Inc. is a Canadian multinational company. Bombardier Inc. manufactures large transportation devices such as business jet, passenger planes, and trains. The company was founded in Canada on July 10, 1942 in Walcott, Quebec. Its current headquarters are located in Montreal, Quebec. Bombardier Inc. operates in aerospace manufacturing and the railway industry. So the Canadian aerospace industry is a nationwide and highly skilled industry that contributes over 25 billion in GDP, and it has 213,000 jobs to the Canadian economy in 2018. The job impact of Canadian economy was relatively stable between 2014 and 2018. The more export intensive and trade diverse than the manufacturing average, exporting to over 190 countries across 6 continents. It was ranked in the top 3 globally in the production of civil stimulators, turboprop, and helicopter engines, business jets, and regional aircraft. The 2 new product which we are going to be importing is one is engine, which has a 2-shaft turbofan, which is 2-shaft turbofan engine, single stage fan with large airfoil height. It is a 5-stage compressor, 4 axial stage, 1 radial stage. It also has modular design. And the other product which we are importing is wings, this is the picture of swept back wings, which is a leading edge, and they are called swept back wings. The swept back wings reduce drag when an aircraft is flying and at transonic speed, and the majority of high-speed commercial aircraft use swept back wings. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner is one of the examples. So here all the color in red is the top 20 export market for the aerospace industry. 93% of aerospace manufacturing firms were exporters, and that is 44% higher than the manufacturing average. The aerospace manufacturing firm were 38% more diverse than the manufacturing average. The aerospace manufacturing firms were 29% more export intensive than the manufacturing average. So here you can see how the employment is shared between the region by 2018. In the manufacturing, Quebec shares 51% employment, Ontario shares 30%, Western Canada is 14%, and Atlantic Canada is 5% with the lowest in the region. And MRO, which is maintenance, research and operation, in that Quebec shares 23%, Ontario shares 25%, and Western Canada with the highest 41%, and Atlantic Canada with 11%. So here, where can the products be imported from? The product for Bombardier can be imported from the high-level company of MTU Aerospace Engine located in Germany. This company develops and manufactures products including commercial aircraft engines, military aircraft engines, aerospace equipments, aircraft wings, and industrial gas turbine service. The products are exported to many countries around the world. MTU Aerospace Engines showcase innovative, evolutionary, and revolutionary technology for commercial aircraft. So, my friend Chris Fernandez will take over.
So speaking on prior importing, now we're going to get into how the actual importing operations works. So an overall view of the importing is basically we have to know some key factors which will help us decide the accurate way to import our products, such as some market research, adequate suppliers arranging delivery, and also all the needed paperwork. And then when import becomes a huge part of our business, as we need to bring over wings and engines, we will look at the market research, supply reliability, cash flow, and service providers. So going into market research, we know that Bombardier is one of the leading engine and wing manufacturers for some of the top airplane models. figuring out the best way of delivering comparing to others, and also crucially assessing and giving final price quotes to make sure price relates to the performance required and needed. And then going on to supplier reliability, we want to be known for quality control and customer satisfaction. Overall performance goes both ways, and installation and also accurate deliveries. And also Canadian labeling must be accurate details to meet the criteria that must be required when we bring stuff over here to the country. Cash flow pricing may be impacted depending on delays or other issues. That is something which we must plan accordingly to make sure nothing happens. How much is needed to complete each task will determine final price. So if you want stuff earlier or later, that'll give us kind of a determination in time. And also the difference in currency will be assessed so there's no misunderstanding in terms of exchanges between two different people. And then our service providers, so proper contracts will be set out accordingly, and as well as consultations will be done in advance to give any estimated costs. Getting on to what else is needed is the import-export numbers. So all goods must have a business number before being imported to Canada. This number can be obtained from the CRA. The best way to avoid delays is to create an import account with the CRA to make sure all of the info is registered accurately, and this can be done online, by mail, or by phone. Getting on to what else is needed, which are quotas and permits. Past history of Bombardier was winning a legal battle against the US, in which current President Donald Trump, around 2 years ago, tried to impose a 292% raise on tariffs for the products. This was said to be dealing for a below price average of competitors, which would be a greater benefit to their competing company as well. But after seeing there was no correlation, this was a relief for other US, Canadian, and Irish workers, which all were part of the industry. The chart below shows different charges when importing steel for engineering parts. So as you can see up here at the top, Canada leads the way among other nations shown, and with the final allocation being an amount of 131,824 products. And then the final one is the industry-specific requirements. So Canadian aviation regulations and the airworthiness manual chapter are two detailed requirements that are needed to support our company. These deal with the specializations in aircraft maintenance. It is crucial to know how to implement all the important fundamentals to ensure safety, installation, and performance when everything is completed. And this also allows for customer satisfaction and company reliability to maintain and develop strong relationships.
So next up, I'm going to talk about the wings of the particular aircraft and the engines in a little more detail. So here you have is the wings for the Global 6000 and Global 7000 series, which are two of the most famous and highly selling and versatile Bombardier business jets manufactured over in Quebec. And we have all the parts from Hamburg, Germany, from MTU Aerospace. So like I mentioned before, it's by MTU Industries. They also co-own Rolls-Royce, which also manufactures Rolls-Royce cars in England, and turboprop engines in Hamburg. It is made of military grade aluminum. Now this is the same grade of aluminum that is used in modern day phones that also have types of features that is stop from like any assault or anything like that. Next up is the turboprop engines. This particular engine that we have will be BR710A2-20. It almost produces 15,000 pound-feet of thrust. It also is engineered and designed in Hamburg, Germany, where it is also well built and handcrafted. The price range between of this particular engine is around 1 to 3 million. Now this varies because based on the person's criteria and the company's guidelines, engines are made in different parts and using different composite materials to make them lighter and more fuel efficient. Go back. As you can see, these are the pictures of these engines. This is the whole anatomy of the engine, from the turbofan to the thrust producer and to the exhaust. This is also a picture of the right wing of the Global 6000 series. It's the engine, and every aircraft, 6000 or 7000, has two turboprop engines, which can produce a total of up to 30,000 pound-feet of thrust. Next one. So for transportation, we have decided to have it done through air shipment because this is a faster way and it's a more safer way to get the product delivered in Quebec, where it originally fit into the 6,000, 7,000 fleet. And we estimate a cost of up to $500,000 to $750,000. It can range between a little bit lower than $750,000 as well. Now it all depends on what the particular specifications of the wings and engine is, and also for what the client's needs are. Like I mentioned, it has to do with the specs as well. This also has relatively newer idea to transport it through air, since it gets the job done quicker and has it delivered through in Quebec, Canada, more faster, and the paperwork is also done in a faster process. Next.
Other things we need to make sure that goes right are why the source country matters, because people prefer quality over quantity and that kind of stuff, but still we are importing the product that doesn't match with the thing, so it should be fine. And tariff duties, because the Germany is in the European Union, because of this CETA agreement, it lowers the tariff by 90% for manufactured products. Treatment, as I mentioned, Germany is a member of WTO, and it receives the most fair nation treatment, so the products could be imported with 0% tariff duties, and we want to make sure that MTU does not use suppliers from outside of the country, as it might affect the duties. Next slide. As you can see, the aircraft engine and other parts could be imported free, as it has the MFN tariff-free duty. Next slide. The key points we want to cover in supplier contracts are defined responsibilities. We want to define that what should be done, when, and by whom it should be done. We want to make sure the payment schedule and terms are mentioned in the contract, when and how it could be paid. The termination term or contract validity, we want to make sure that there is a certain time period for the contract, so we don't run out of the contract and have no supply for the products. Confidentiality issues, we want to make sure the product design and financial information are confidential. The product quality, quantity, recalls, and unusable products, we should mention that who bears the cost for this kind of things. Labeling and requirements, we want all the products to be labeled in English and French language, and dispute resolution entity would be also included in the supplier contract. The Incoterms, we are going to use the CIP, carrier to insurance paid to Incoterm, as it covers as it has the insurance covered by the supplier, and we can get the shipment first to our plant directly. Next slide. Insurance, as I mentioned, CIP covers the insurance, but just in case MTU does not agree with the CIP Incoterms, we have to buy the insurance from Alpha Commerce International. The company is located in Quebec. They provide potential and total loss, breakage, and damages. We have to take the insurance because the product we are importing are valuable, and the insurance would be minimum in the other Incoterms, so we have to buy the another insurance. Payment term use with the MTU. We wanna negotiate with the open account payment term, as we will be exposed to low risk in that payment matter, and we want at least like 90 to 20 days of time to pay them back, because there is a currency fluctuation, and if we get the time, we can use the best time to make the payment. So that was our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
We look forward to our proposal. This is Deep Mehta.
This is Chris.
Ramiz Multani.
And this is Shivam Patel.
Signing out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.